Today I fucked up choosing the wrong guy. Last night my girlfriend, 28, and I, 30 male, had our first threesome with another guy, 22. We interviewed several candidates before making our final decision. It came down to a man in his mid-30s and a dude in his early 20s. My girlfriend preferred the older guy because he had more experience and he naturally had that alpha male energy she was normally attracted to. I leaned more towards the younger guy because he seemed less likely to become my competition and leave me feeling insecure about my manhood or some shit. My girlfriend and I did what mature people our age do and played rock, paper, scissors. The winner would get the guy they wanted. I won. We got my guy. The 20-something-year-old General Z. I soon realized he was not the inexperienced young Jedi I expected, even though, as soon as we were all naked, the sperm force was already on the cusp of exploding out of his scrotum. The dude literally had no refractory period. He was somehow able to climax multiple times without losing his erection. I didn't even know that was possible. We were burning through condoms. Well, he was the one burning through condoms. I was busy negotiating with my flaccid penis not to call it a night after one orgasm. I was no match for Gen Z Johnny Sins. My pipe game did nothing but slow down the momentum. Johnny had an ungodly amount of stamina and apparently an unlimited supply of semen. He eventually tapped out because my girlfriend was forced to tap out due to overstimulation and soreness. My girlfriend and I had to attend a funeral this morning. We cremated her vagina and buried my self-confidence. Thanks, Johnny. TLR my girlfriend and I had a threesome with another guy. I was in a position to choose the other guy. I decided to go with the dude who I thought would be less competition in the bedroom. I made the wrong choice and now I've lost my confidence. If your main criteria for choosing another person for a threesome is that they must not feel like a threat to you, you probably shouldn't be having a threesome. We cremated her vagina and buried my self-confidence. Is it wrong that I laughed so hard I spit out my water? I am sorry, but that was amazing. Honestly, mate, I suspect this guy abstained from sex and jerking for a week and then took a big dose of Viagra before walking through the door. Because that's what I've done, and a guy watching literally said the same thing about me. Which I thought was funny because I was effectively cheating the system. I was in a group setting and there was one guy with great stamina who could only cum once. I was on my third load when he called me a machine. I thought, lol, this is just a week of pent-up sperm. And the first load didn't take very long either. I'd bet my house he was doing what I do. And more to the point, I would have been exactly the same as you if I didn't have the cheat code. Rock paper scissors over who you get to watch put their cock in your girlfriend. I just don't understand this world anymore. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Today I fucked up by sleeping next to my boyfriend. Today I fucked up by sleeping next to my boyfriend. Not a native English speaker, also on phone. Formatting and wording issues may be present. This happened a few months ago. I had just traveled to see my boyfriend for the first time in another country. The travel was rough, but he met me halfway, so it became easier to handle when closer to the finish line. We had never physically met before and had discussed that we would take it slow, see how we feel when together, maybe sleep in separate beds if that makes us more comfortable. Well, all those plans flew out the window in the first 10 minutes. We got along insanely great and everything just clicked into place as if it had always been like that. We reached his apartment in the late evening, both very tired after laughing and messing around all day. Yet somehow our clothes ended up on the floor and things quickly lead to another. Exhausted from traveling and now with a ton more of happy chemicals in our brains, we fell asleep quickly and comfortably, safely tucked in a cuddle. We're both light sleepers, me more than him. I woke up to his phone ringing, feeling dazed and confused as one does after just waking up unexpectedly. I got a quick glance at my surroundings, trying to locate the root of the annoyance that woke me from my slumber. Still trying to figure out what year it is and where I am, I see my boyfriend open his eyes, waking up to the commotion as well. While most would romantically maybe blush a little and say good mornings awkwardly. Well, not us. All hell broke loose. His eyelids ripped themselves wide open and he began screaming. So loudly. Picture night terror, but only after you've already woken up. The loudest screams of fear filled the whole apartment. He would only stop to gasp more air, just to continue the blood-chilling noise again. You see, in his sleepy haze his brain had told him I'm an intruder who's there to attack him, and his not so effective or controlled smacking and pushing were his panicked attempts at defending himself. And what did I do to defuse this situation? I screamed back. I kept screaming back and felt like I was in danger now as well. There we are, two idiots just screaming at the same time at each other for no reason whatsoever. He got me pretty good on my jaw, which was enough to rattle me fully awake. Hey, 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 it's me, it's me. I began to chant. He slowly calmed down, and came back to our reality as well. He wouldn't stop apologizing at first, said sorry over and over, looking clearly ashamed of himself. I just found out he didn't even realize he was flailing his arms and legs the way he did. The evening we were already laughing about it, and joking about how the next morning will turn out to be like. Note: there was a lot less screaming. We woke up silently every morning after, with my jaw remaining free from pain. Too long did not read. Boyfriend thought I was an intruder when he woke up, screamed and flailed to defend himself, and my solution was to scream back. Now, on your couple's anniversary, you'll have to scream and slap to wake him up for the nostalgia. I needed some popcorn before I read the story. Too bad I wasn't prepared with my morning bowl of popcorn. 10 out of 10 drama. And what did I do to defuse this situation? I screamed back. I kept screaming back and felt like I was in danger now as well. There we are, two idiots just screaming at the same time at each other for no reason whatsoever. This is prime rom-com material right here. Cold sweat smile. While most would romantically maybe blush a little and say good mornings awkwardly. Well, not us. All hell broke loose. His eyelids ripped themselves wide open and he began screaming. So loudly. Picture night terror, but only after you've already woken up. The loudest screams of fear filled the whole apartment. He would only stop to gasp more air, just to continue the blood-chilling noise again. It's like a scene from 50 First Dates that didn't make the final cut. The first time I slept in the same bed as my current partner, I punched him in the face upon waking. I'd been single for a very long time and forgot we got together in my sleepiness. We've been together 8 years this year though, so maybe it's a sign of a great relationship. Tears of joy. Today I fucked up by breaking up with my boyfriend after finding out he was trans. A little context: I 16 female was in a relationship with this guy 17 male, let's call Adam, for almost 3 months. Before he told me he was trans. Which was a huge shock. I have nothing against trans people. But I'm just not attracted to dudes with a vag. So when he originally told me, I broke it off. He's a great guy but, I am just not into pussy YK? He didn't take this well at all though. I mean, I get it, he has a right to be upset. And went on to go around talking shit about me, calling me a transphobe. Which he didn't have a right to do. I literally never once shit on him for being trans. I literally just broke things off, because he wasn't being truthful. He knew by telling me he was trans I wouldn't like him like that. So he didn't tell me. That's the definition of lying. And I straight up told him that. After that, him and his little minions started harassing me on TikTok. To the point I had to private my account. It literally got so bad to the point where I was getting death threats because of me breaking up with him. I've even had people stop talking to me. I really don't get how I'm wrong here, so I came to Reddit to see if I really fucked up. Too long did not read. I broke up with my boyfriend after figuring out he was trans, because I'm not into pussy. Now I have a bunch of people on TikTok harassing me and sending me death threats. Not your fault at all. I'm trans, and I make sure to let anyone I'm dating, interested in, know as soon as things start getting more serious. Definitely before it becomes official. He's got the right to be upset, because it does suck, but that's definitely on him for not telling you right off the bat. And death threats are obviously never okay. You 100% didn't fuck up. Not having the genitalia you've led your partner to believe you have is going to be a deal breaker for almost any relationship. The fact that you're being threatened because you refuse to modify your sexual preference for someone who deceived you about their sexual organs is absurd, but not unfortunately uncommon among kids today. Death the ats? No, today they fucked up. Get the police involved. You can't just let this be an example where the ones crying, tolerance, are intolerant. It's happening too often these days, and giving rational LGBT individuals a bad rap. You did nothing wrong really and found out who your friends really are now. For 3 months? JFC. Trans people don't have to tell everyone they know about their genitalia, but once you're in a romantic relationship with someone it should be disclosed pretty much immediately. It's a huge part of physical intimacy and it's also a huge part of who they are as a person. That's a crazy thing to be deceptive about for so long. This should be titled Today I Fucked Up by Dating a Deceptive Person for 3 Months Without Realizing It. Today I fucked up after going to church with my mom and playing the guitar. Throwaway account. A week ago my mom invited my girlfriend and I to church. I said no, but my girlfriend was too polite to provide the same answer, hence both of us ending up in church this past Sunday. There was a moment during the service when the mic was available for anyone to share any personal experience connected to God. My mom decided to grab the mic and share something about me. She thanked God for providing me with the gift to play the guitar. She made me sound like I was Jimi Hendrix. Her passionate testimony prompted the congregation to applaud. I was fuming. I specifically asked my mom to avoid any theatrics that would draw attention to me. My mom's over-the-top speech ended with her saying that she prayed that I will one day use my guitar to play for God instead of the internet. At that moment, an enthusiastic church minister grabbed an electric guitar from one of the church's band members and said God wanted me to play that guitar. The congregation went crazy, including my mom. My girlfriend and I had no idea what the fuck was happening. The minister encouraged me to approach the stage and allow God to guide my hand as I played the guitar. I awkwardly stood on stage, struggling to think of something to play. I was like, okay, Big G, if you're up there, here goes nothing. I went full Scott Pilgrim. When I was done, I said that was Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. My mom looked uncomfortable. Everyone did. Except my GF. She looked entertained. The atmosphere in church was no longer as joyous. The minister took the guitar away, put both his hands on my head, and prayed for me like he was expelling evil. It was embarrassing walking back to my seat after hearing someone pray for my soul to be saved. TLR. I played the guitar in church, but the crowd didn't approve of my taste in my music, so I had to be prayed for to save my soul from darkness. Sounds more like your mom fucked up by setting that up. Also sounds hilarious, though I suspect you were lacking appropriate levels of distortion. This reads like a creative writing assignment. God wanted me to play that guitar. You were only doing what God asked. Why make a throwaway? Damn. All I can say is, oh. Down with the Sickness is the same as casting out a demon, right? GIF. Emote, free_emotes_pack, shrug.